What's going on, everybody? How's it going? What's up? What's up? Happy Sunday. Pulling stuff up still. We should be good, right? We can hear music. What's up, Dexter? What's up, Madman? How are you? Happy Sunday. Goodness gracious. My allergies are killing me. We had a bunch of rain. Was that Friday or was that? Yeah, I think it was Friday. We had like rain and snow mix. And now today's like the sun is out and stuff like that. It's atrocious. The allergies are just killing me. What's up, Valoni? How are you? Oh gosh. Oh man. All right, so we're here. My hero. Let me pull up the actual chapter. Here's Viz. Am I signed in? I am. 309. Let's open it up. Full screen. Okay. We're here. I don't want to waste too much more time, you know. Kind of excited. Just a little bit. But all right. I see these two ugly people looking at me. Last week was pretty great. We got the Deku muscular fight. I would love to see the aftermath if that one blow actually did the job. Excuse me. Also just dealing with the fact of Deku using his brain. I think the biggest thing I took away from last week was N. Like the way N was visualized as if he were like a stand. I think that's not like I had reread it a couple times and it just feels like it's gonna be so cool to see like all the possible different One For All users like interacting with him. My question would be like, I wonder if this is just Hori kind of taking like some, I don't know, like what phrasing am I trying to use, like visual liberties and like visualizing them for us. And it's like for Deku he might be able to see them, but for no one else they can't. What if they can see them? What if this is something pretty I don't know. There's like that's up in the air. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like a stand a little bit, just a little bit. All right, I don't want to waste any more time. 309. Let me zoom in. Now I have to zoom in because I've moved my seat further back. I used to be scooched up a little more. Now I have to. I'm too far away. Like the screen is all the way over here. It's mad far now. All right. Hey, check it. Ketsubutsu Academy 3rd year, both of them. Itejiro Totaki, Boomerang Man, and Shiku I can't say that. Makabe, Mr. Smith. That's his hero name, Mr. Smith? Is that Deku flying away? That is Deku flying away. 309 can't be a child anymore. Jailbreaker, he's been... Look at that panel of Deku. He's got him wrapped up. He's got muscular slung over his arm like he's a designer bag. Oh no, my internet. I hate my internet so much. We're dropping a bunch of frames right now. Like not now. Like why must you do this? Like why? Currently dropped 4,000 frames. Can you guys see me? Yes, no, no, yes. Let me know, please. Can you hear me at least? This is frustrating. Goodness gracious. All right, 2. I'm on page 2 right now. I never got to thank him. Thank you, Caleb, for the translations. Here, miss, use this. What do they got? Oh, they got something. They rolled out something for him. You'll have a tough time hauling him on your own. See, we don't want anyone dying either. So I figure we should at least hear you out. What's up, Johnny Bravocado? I like that name. What's up, what's up? We're good now, but I had to drop the freaking, like, the bitrate to 2000. Was that the one from the exam? But he's got a totally different vibe. Was that really the same kid? Hori is having a blast drawing this new Deku. Like, he is. Just any frame that this new the Deku with this new outfit, every single frame he's in is freaking dope. Dyna police station, excuse me. Halt, state your business. You have Iron Maidens here, right? Wait, that's Jailbreaker. I love that Deku showed up all covered in the mist. You can't see him. Before I'm off, just pointing out Horikoshi low-key calling some of his characters weak. Okay. All right, Valoni. I know it's probably late for you. Muscular beat this man. And now we see a piece of cardboard with fragile sign next to him. I was thinking the same thing, Dexter. I hope it's not what's his face. Like actual Iron Maidens, because that'll be crazy. All right. Look at Deku. The fourth has quieted down. Is he gonna be? I think that's pretty cool that he's gonna refer to each quirk as each user. The fourth has quieted down. All Might, I'm heading back. What? Is All Might? Look at the car that All Might has. All Might looking swaggy. Look at him. Look at the jacket. I'm on page 5 right now. Look at the boy landed hard. Page 6. I'm all right. Your arms and legs? Just fine, thanks to you. Good thing you ordered these from America before the border was shut down. These mid-gauntlet compression support items. Okay. Well, they're just test samples, but they're made for endurance. They should reinforce your whole body, though. They won't survive your output at 100%. So no going overboard before the big rematch. Got it? Damn, they're calling it the big rematch. What's up, Janelle? How are you? The big rematch. Hold on. All right, so I'm on page 6. The scar on Deku's arm. I think so, Dexter. I think this is kind of confirming it. The scar on Deku's arm only used to go down, like right above his elbow. I'm looking at the scar on page 6 where he's talking about the mid gauntlets. That scar is all the way to the mid of his forearm now. It looks gross. And you can kind of see it at the bottom of 6 as well, with All Might holding his arms. I haven't looked at 7 yet, so there might be a better look over there. But you can kind of see like the difference in colors in the outline of the scar. Like it's literally all of this now. All right. So I'll read it again. Well, they're just test samples, but they're made for endurance. They should reinforce your whole body though. They won't survive your output at 100%. So no going overboard before the big rematch, got it? No matter what happens to me. Right. You see how Deku's flexing his arm as if he's not used to it? Am I like wording that right? On page 7. Like he's kind of like moving his arm, flexing it like trying to feel it out again. Like, I don't know. I'm on my way. From the Silver Age TV special. Oh, that's his ringtone? His ringtone is himself saying, I'm on my way. And Danger Sense is activating. Hello, All Might? Is Midoriya doing okay? Look at Best Genius down there, too. Alright. There's no wings on the back of Hawks. There's no wings. There's no wings. Well, I don't... We haven't seen yet, but so far there's no wings on him in this page 7. There's no wings on him. Unless... Well, that's building. Alright. I'm on 8 now. I'm on 8. Yeah, no problem so far. Actually, he just got back. Sorry, gotta run. And now he's gone again. He's probably wary of putting you or anyone else in danger. One line of thinking would be to keep him completely isolated to prepare to counter what's to come. But if the ones who cracked open Tartarus like an egg come well prepared... Hold on. But if the ones who cracked open Tartarus like an egg come well prepared themselves, it's all over anyway. Like the boy said, proactively seeking out the enemy raises our odds of victory. I realize this puts you in a tough position, but please do your best to support him in the meantime. Hey Becky, how are you? I'm on 9. Alright, Inko, thank you. Thanks to cutting-edge medical treatment and Recovery Girl's arrival at the hospital, a large number of patients recovered and were discharged. Izuku Midoriya wasn't far behind. Alright, it seems... Look at his legs, too, my gosh. It seems that you've previously been warned that these extreme injuries could leave you immobilized. You're lucky that you didn't suffer quite the same injury. In the past, it was as if the little explosions were contained in your body, but this time they made their way to the surface. Okay. Oh. What happened to my page? Hold on, I gotta refresh. Hold on, my page bugged out. Alright, where am I? I'm right here. That guy looks like Mario. That's a nasty design. That's a nasty design. That, this makes sense though, Dr. Mario. It makes sense how, like, him activating, like, he was just firing it off at will. Kind of makes sense a little bit. Alright. Additionally, I suppose you used your quirk to wrap and reinforce your limbs from the inside out to keep them from shattering. Okay. 5% was back then, 45% now, but your body has changed since then. His arms look atrocious. Alright, so like that scar is all the way down here. He's got a scar in here. He's got the scars on his wrist still. His hands, his fingers. Oh, Deku, what are you doing? Like seeing his arms like that, it makes me feel away. It really does. And I like how like him him instinctively wrapping Black Whip around his arms. I'm still looking at 10. Him instinctively wrapping Black Whip around his arms kind of helped in a way. He damn near kind of like braced his arms. Otherwise, like, what if he? Like, I think the doctor's confirming if he wouldn't have used Black Whip, he wouldn't have arms probably. That's pretty crazy. All right, I'm at the bottom of 10. Nevertheless, the deterioration hasn't stopped, so do be careful. May I ask for an explanation? What is going on with my page right now? Is that okay, kid? Okay. It's kind of like how the demon races use it. You think better than I can, Dexter. You really do. It is. It is. So they're finally explaining everything to Inko right now. His power. He's able to maintain it because he was born quirkless. But that's also why the bad guys are coming after him. What's going to happen to him? We're making arrangements to keep him protected. UA will serve as a... I'm not going back to UA. Deku. Alright, zoom in. I'm on 12. I thought you might say that. Kid. Izuku. Shigaraki has the ability to locate me. It wouldn't even come as a surprise if he showed up to attack me right now. But I don't want anyone else to get hurt. If they reach full strength, things will get worse than ever, which is why I have to stop Shigaraki and All for One before that happens. Excuse me. You're in the hospital now because you couldn't beat them. I'll get stronger. I like how it's bolded. I know I said I felt reassured, but no. Hearing all this, I can't take it. Oh goodness, Inko. This woman will break my heart. She would. Mom, when you thanked me and smiled, you don't know how happy that made me. And that's why. That's such a... Oh my gosh. Look at this. Oh man. I want this. I want this on my phone, and I want to know my phone now. This is... That's why I have to go. But it's okay. I'll come home to you. And you get the... Oh, thank you so much, All Might. She's great. What's up, Julian? Look. Just seeing him embrace his mother. Ah, man. All right. 15. All Might drop in tears too. I know I can't stop you from going, so I'm coming too, whether you like it or not. I love Inko. I'm glad she's not dead. I didn't want her to be dead, but I'm glad she's not. My internet is gonna drop. Like, it is. You're making me like. I've taken the words and I shoved them back in my mouth. That still could be her. The boy's leaving? Not at all. Yes, I see. Right. This works in our favor, I suppose. He may be the only one who can determine Shigaraki and the villain's location. We were already considering making him the focal point of our efforts. Yes, very well. In that case, we shall follow in his wake while maintaining a safe distance. He's on the phone. Way to hold the phone. At least on the phone. Oh my gosh. 16. Zooming in. Is that so? still crying about it even in death. I should have made the kill. Sorry. Don't be so rigid. Killing can be another way. Killing can be another way to save someone. Never forget that. And either way, you gotta settle the score with the League of Villains. Woo! Ah! I'm glad that if Gran Torino had to live to say this, right? If Gran Torino had to live just to say this, it's all worth it. I'm so easy to please. I'm so easy to please. It's worth it. It's so worth it. If he had to live to be able to say that. Jeez, for him to say that, it was worth it. I'm glad he's alive just to have said that one thing. And also, this damn panel of the three of them. This boy Deku has formed a team with the greatest heroes. I'm so easy to please. I'm such an easy individual to please. I'm such an easy individual to please. I am. April 25th. That's next week, right? We don't gotta wait nothing crazy. Yes, it's next week. I'm so easy to please. I love this chapter. I loved this chapter. Now I need to go through it. What was Voloni saying? Before I'm off, just pointing out how Horikoshi low-key mid-budget Avengers. Low-key calling some of his characters weak. Muscular beat this man, and now we see a piece of cardboard with fragile sign next to him. Where was that at? Was this at the... Got a little panel of Deku falling from the sky on page 5 where he lands, like the little triangle panel where he's just like he's just in the air falling. It's funny. We're gonna have to have a talk, Hawks, because so far in any of these panels, Hawks does not have wings. Like in the final panel, we don't get to see him with wings. And the panel from 15, the bottom left, he's not with wings. The panel from 7, he doesn't have wings. Like I don't think he has wings anymore. Now I wonder if he has like I wonder if he has like some sort of support item that'll give him wings, kind of like Dexter was saying, kind of Archangel. I agree, Janelle. It's been hell waiting for these chapters. Like trying to stay off the internet so I don't trying to get off the internet so I don't get spoiled. It's tough, especially now. We getting the color page 2. Did it say that? It didn't, but we're getting a color page. I can't wait to see what it is. Disgrace #1 hero, Best Genius, who still isn't at 100%. Hawks, who may or may not have his wings, or All Might still on Death Watch. It's basically X-Force with less psychopaths. Yes, I love that Horikoshi is a comic book fan. I like that he's a comic book fan, and he takes what's his face, and he like takes so many references from them, and it's not like it's very like He's injected superhero stuff. Well, it's a superhero manga, but like superhero elements, like popular superheroes, into his characters. But then like he'll take a Batman panel, he'll take a Star Wars panel, he'll inject some Marvel into it. Like it's very like he just like Hori loves comic books. He's not like very like partial to either to anyone's, but he has a favorite, obviously Spider-Man. But I love that he just injects it all into it. I live for it. What's up, Fonzo? Yeah, you're late again. We finished the chapter. Let me go through this chapter again real quick. I still don't see where what Valonio was talking about, the sign where Fragile is next to him. I didn't see that. Like one Bakugo panel within the next month. He got a Bakugo panel last month when he was yelling in the hospital. I'm teasing. We're gonna get something with the students. I don't want it now though. I don't want any. Granted, we're probably gonna see the students soon. I don't want to see anything from the kids. If we get it, okay, I'll be fine. But I just want to focus on Deku right now. That's what I want. Deku had his moment. I mean, Bakugo had his moment. Bakugo had a gigantic moment in the war. We know how he feels. We just don't know how he feels. And I think it was done on purpose. Like he did that on purpose. He showed us a bunch of other characters dealing with Deku leaving this note. He didn't show Bakugo on purpose. I don't think we needed to see Shoto with the note, because Shoto is going to be with Endeavor, because Shoto and Endeavor have to work together to take down Dabi, and Deku's working with Endeavor, so they're gonna interact with each other. That's a given. Now the only loose end is that Bakugo has become a part of Deku and All Might. Right? Bakugo has become a part of All Might and Deku. So I wonder if they truly just left him out. I wonder if they truly left him out, or is he going to be told you, Fonzo. I love Haikyuu. I wonder if he's gonna get included in this a little bit later on. Maybe like Deku isn't necessarily talking to Bakugo, but maybe Bakugo and All Might are talking to each other, but All Might's just like, bide your time, we'll bring you in eventually, yada 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 yada. I think it'd be a cool way to like work him back in, so we can have our big 3 of UA of Class 1A together. But I personally just want to see some more of Deku. That's it. Like, just getting this chapter solely focused on Deku. Like it's literally like at the beginning of the chapter, it's kids that like other students that he's run into talking about, is that Deku? He doesn't seem the same. Then it's Deku and All Might. And then we go over to Hawks and All Might talking about Deku. And then we get to Deku, Inko, and All Might talking about how things are going. And then we get to the end and it's just like Gran Torino and Deku. I want we haven't had a chapter where the whole chapter was focused on Deku. When's the last time we had one of those? I don't remember when's the last time we had one. So it felt really good to have this chapter. So I just want more of this before we bring some of the kids back, because a lot of this story has been the kids, not necessarily Deku. Like the kids. Deku's never had to go in one of these arcs alone. It's always been like Deku and Mirio and Ochiko and Sue and have this. Deku and Bakugo and Ida and Shoto, and it's never been just like Deku. And I feel like we need that, because this is his story. It's his story. We need that. So I think now is the time to do that. It'd be weird to have Deku leave UA and then still try to shove the kids in our face. shove the kids back in our face whenever Deku goes through this, and then reintroduces himself back to his friends before the finale. Still on my Uraraka arc. I truly think that, like, I'm fine with the rest of 1A just being like support characters. It's clear that there's about 7 kids in 1A that are the main kids, like, and we're gonna revisit some more stuff with them. But there's unresolved stuff with Uraraka. There's unresolved stuff with Bakugo. And I mean, like, in like conjunction with Deku. And outside of that, none of the other characters have any unresolved things that need to be addressed. Like, that need to be. It'd be nice to get more from them. But there's nothing that has been explicitly like, this is happening with this character and it has to be addressed. Yeah, it does feel good to finally have it. I don't think there is a character. Yeah, like Shoto has been like Shoto and combined with Endeavor. And I honestly think it was a good idea to do that because it like Hori like manufactured the story around like the actual world of My Hero. So upon the retirement of All Might and like just how time moves on, it's just like Hori's like, I probably love All Might, but I gotta move on. All Might's still gonna be there in the story, but Endeavor's the new #1 hero. As much as All Might was plastered all throughout all throughout the world of My Hero before he retired, he kind of did the same thing with Endeavor. And he's just like, here you go. And now we've gotten to the point where Endeavor, to me, he is the #1 hero. Like, not just because he was given the title, but to me, he is the #1 hero. Through all the stuff that he had to go through, like having his dirty laundry aired out to the public, his redemption, him working with his family to try to resolve these issues. Like, for me now, like through all that, Endeavor is the #1 hero. And I would love if he could work himself to, like, it'll never happen, but to try to be able to stand like, I am #1, kind of like in his own Endeavor way, not copying All Might. So now that we went through that arc and we're gonna like coast to the finish with that, and that's gonna be tied directly to Deku now, I kind of like that too, that he's now tied it to Deku because Dabi is tied to Shigaraki, and now they're all working together. Like, it's all gonna climax at the same time. So I kind of like that. That's really cool. But I agree with Dexter. Like, we need Izuku time. Finally getting our Izuku time. We need it. Totally need it. And it's not such a better way to stick him with some of the most popular characters, like, in my opinion. So how do you think All Might's gonna die? I think Shigaraki's gonna do it. Or All Might might sacrifice himself in a sense. All Might might end up being like, I have to do this. And maybe he puts himself in a situation that leaves him susceptible to being killed. Something crazy is going to happen. Where is that panel at? Where is it? Right here. I remember, I want to say it's been like maybe 4 months ago. It was I feel like it was during the war arc when I mentioned how, was it that far ago? Was it that far? Was it that long ago that I was saying how, like, since Deku's been in school and since All Might has not been able to be All Might, the #1 hero, like All Might feels like he's been left behind. And I think page 15 like perfectly illustrates the fact of, he's like, I know, like his feelings are leaking out. Like, I can't do anything. I can't stop you from doing anything, but like trying to be like, I'm still All Might, so I'm going with you no matter what. I'm along for this ride. My favorite moment from this chapter is the Inko and Deku hug. My second favorite moment from this whole chapter, I kid you not, is Gran Torino telling him killing can be another way to save someone. Because Deku was so like, Deku before was so hell-bent on like not hurting someone. Like the perfect example was like the filler, like the episode 1 filler for season 5. Like it's filler, it has no like hold on the story, but it like perfectly encapsulates what Deku used to be before this moment. Like before this moment, it perfectly like captures that. Deku's like, I'm not gonna hurt you because it's just training and yada yada yada, and Amajiki's like, dude, like it's training and I'm the villain, like you can't do this. So to have Gran Torino like look him in his eye and say killing can be another way to save someone, like you may not, like you trying not to not hurt them and not do what needs to be done is going to be a detriment. It's going to be worse than actually taking them off of this plane of existence. I stand by that. I stand by that. I've felt that way watching like superhero movies, like before. Like I felt that way watching Civil War. I was like, dude, I won't get into that. What's up, NW? He's not. I've never agreed more with words a character said in a series before. Like Gran Torino's like, I should have did it, but I didn't do it. And then he's just like, now I can't do it. You have to do it. And he's just telling him like, you have to do it. And I love that Deku has accepted that. Like we seen from the fight with Muscular. Like Deku trying to like get through to Muscular wasn't like when he finally flipped the switch, like no more damage, no more destruction. He's still trying to talk to him, and then he's just like, it's just like one line, he's just like, guess I got body you now. Like it's that's what it was. And then it literally was like, I bodied him and now I wrapped you up and we're going. So we can see that, and him like kind of taking Gran Torino's cape is kind of Deku saying, I understand and I agree. I love that. That's so dope. Yes, your inner genocide demands it. That's so dope to me. Like in these like couple of chapters, this boy has grown. In these couple of chapters, he's grown so much. It's clean. Now, what color? I think next week is going to confirm what color the mid gauntlets are. What color are you thinking? If the mid gauntlets are red, I think Melissa's confirmed canon now. I think she, like, you can say like she's confirmed canon. I'm gonna go with red. I'm gonna go with red. Did you notice the way he talked with All Might? It felt, yeah, he kind of felt like, I don't want to say going through the motions. I don't want to say like going through the motions, but he's not the same. It was very short. It was very short. Before, like, whenever Deku talks to All Might, he's like very attentive, giddy, like he still would be like, I can't believe I'm talking to All Might. Like in the back of his head, you know, he's thinking that. Like, I still can't believe this. But now it was literally like he's talking to All Might as if he's just some guy. Like, he's still All Might, but he's not All Might. He's just someone that's helping him out. That's what it feels like. That's what it kind of feels like. Where like in a sense, well, do I want to go that far and say like All Might is his Alfred in a sense now? Maybe not in the utility part, but just like in the sense of like the relationship. It felt weird. Like it felt weird. But I do love that you still get his personality, because and on page 7, whenever All Might's phone rings, like Deku's still in there. Like Deku's just like he knows exactly like is that from the TV, the Silver Age TV special? Like he knows it, and he's just like, danger sense kicks in. I gotta go now. Huh. I hate Deku's look on 7 though. The look in his eyes whenever he's like flexing his arm, like moving it back and forth. It does seem like he I'm no like it literally took me a second to realize he's bare sleeved without the gauntlets on. Like he has nothing. He has, right? He doesn't have anything on his arms. It took me a second to realize that, and I don't know why, because I pointed out the scar earlier. Huh. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't that same. It wasn't the fanboyism. Yeah, like all. It's like All Might doesn't have. All Might isn't All Might anymore. All Might's Toshinori Yagi to Deku now. It's weird. That's weird. Like thinking, like actually putting that, like that's weird. It's weird. He like All Might isn't All Might to Deku anymore. He's Toshinori. I think that's the best way I can personally like verbalize it. His dad, Toshi. Yeah. This panel on 14 though, I just want to point out that most of the doctors we've seen in the series have been inspired from either Mario or Nintendo franchises. Have they really? Old man Toshi. Now I want to go back and look at the doctor that originally told him that he was hurt. Or originally told him like his prognosis of not to hurt himself anymore. What I was gonna say is the panel, the Inko and Deku panel on 14 shows that if anything ever happens to this woman, this boy is gonna go crazy. If anything ever happens to her, the last doctor was one of the mushroom people. It was the doctor that talked to Endeavor, so it should be either 300. It should be either 299, 300, or 301. It should be one of those. It was the doctor that talked to Endeavor when we first got introduced to him. I'm reintroduced to him in the hospital. I think it's just a coincidence. Don't mess with me, Miss Nagatoro. What did you think about it? I think it's awakening my inner. I haven't watched it. So saw Yoshi. When did we see Yoshi? That's a legit question. When did we see Yoshi? Horikoshi used to pretend to save his mom like Izuku. That's why, really. I don't think Hori will kill. If this moment directly like parallels how Hori feels about his mother, I don't think he'll kill Inko. I don't think so. But if he wanted to take it there, if anything ever happens to this woman, this boy is gonna lose his damn mind. Hypothetical question. I want to hear everyone's answer. What pulls Deku, like, hypothetical setup, Inko somehow, some way, in some fashion, dies. What pulls Deku back from just going absolutely crazy? Yeah, I actually want Inko to be alive. I really do. I was hoping that she was, like, he explained it in one of the volumes. I need to go back through them. Maybe it's in, which volume would it be in? Because I've restarted collecting the manga again. I got 1 through 6, stopped, and then I was just gonna mass buy them all, but then I got talked out of it because they're like, no, don't do that. That's like hundreds of dollars. I was like, I don't care. I like the series. So I just started again a couple of days ago. I bought 7 and 8. So I wonder if it'll if it's in one of these or if it's in one that I have. I will say, well, which one is it? I'm not a creepo, but Hori drew Jiro and is this 8? Jiro and Momo in one of these chapters. And I was like, geez, Hori, yeah. Like, goodness. Like in the teacher get up, I was like, oh my gosh, he put that in a volume. As long as it's not Uraraka doing one of those save you hugs. You know that would happen. I kind of want to see it now that you said it. All Might and his schoolmates pulling back to reality. Yeah, I think that's the most realistic. I think it would be the Vestiges that would do it. I think the Vestiges would do it. I can see him going through some action with the Vestiges and bringing himself back. Me and Janelle in the same wavelength. I don't think anything could pull Izuku out of a rage like that. I think in a moment like that, if that were to happen and the Vestiges stepping in wouldn't put Izuku's life in danger, they would probably take over. Like and like if he were to like go to like the extreme, I do think the Vestiges would pull one of those like visions and just like completely shut him down. I think that possibly would happen. They would be like, no, you can't go crazy like this. And we would have one of these crazy conversations where he's like literally talking to the people inside of him. That would make for some good stuff. We would get some good conversations from that. Kind of want that to happen. Not at the expense of Inko though. We still need to see what happened with the training with them. He drew Toga and something similar. I have all the ones that Hori draws on Twitter. I have all of those. I also have that one, and I wonder what are the odds? What are the I don't know if you guys. I don't want to say it out loud because I don't know. It could possibly be a spoiler, but it's the picture that I think Hori drew for a showcase and then he retweeted it because the official My Hero, like the official My Hero Twitter account tweeted it, and he retweeted it instead of like posting it himself, and it's a picture of Deku and Uraraka. What are the odds that's real and that happens in the future? I was thinking that possibly could be the end of the series. If you I don't want to like exactly explain the entire picture, but if you know what I'm talking about, like you've seen that picture, what do you think about it? To me that could seem like some the end of the line stuff. 37, but that's so specific. That's such a specific number. A specific percentage. The vestiges would catch hands too. Then that's funny. The vestiges would catch hands too. Now the vestiges gonna be like, "You got it, champ," and cut him loose. That'll be sick. That would be sick. Like, we can't help you, bro. Go deal with it. That would be crazy. If All Might dies, I need that. I wonder what if All Might dies, does the version of All Might inside of One for All, if the version of that's inside of Deku right now in One for All, if that's gonna change. I don't know. Maybe it won't. I went through the math in my head. I'm expecting one of the vestiges to say, "Go for it, man. Do you?" It's either the second or the third one. Either the second or the third one's gonna be like, "I can't help you with that." It will change for sure, in my opinion. Okay. I think so. But we do have confirmation that Deku is now at 45. Well, a month ago, he was at 45%. What's up, Star Knight? I think he will. Yes. As much as I don't want All Might to die, because All Might at this point, Deku's concretely my favorite character. But like before the war, All Might was my favorite character still. As much as I don't want All Might to die, I do think he's gonna bite the bullet. I feel it might be the moment that, I don't want to use that terminology. It's gonna be an important moment. Happy Sunday, Star Knight. Wasn't Melissa's gauntlet in the movie called Full Gauntlet? That's Googleable. That's Googleable. Even though one of you guys will probably answer faster and I can search it. Yes, it was called Full Gauntlet. All right. So this one is mid gauntlet. Yeah, Full Gauntlet. All right. Deku's not ready to. Deku's not ready to square up against Shigaraki or All for One. But I do think if they were to show up right now, it would be one hell of a fight. I have a feeling it'd be one hell of a fight, even though he's not ready. I don't think he's ready to fight. Not both of them at the same time. No way. But if to fight one of them, I don't think he's ready necessarily, but it would be one hell of a fight. That would be one hell of a fight. Because it was already one hell of a fight during the war. And there were so many stipulations piled on top of it. But if they just were to just scrap, that would be a hell of a fight. All right, so Star Knight. I was about to like walk my way into that. But if Hori really wants to go unga bunga and go crazy with this, have them fight them both at the same time and win. if he really wants to go crazy with it, because in my head, the type of the panels that can be drawn with the both of them going after Deku and Deku holding his own, essentially just essentially running like majority like evasive maneuvers, kind of like pot shotting and then running, like stuff like that. But if he really wanted to, I'm with you on. See, this is why I like doing this, because you guys inject things and it makes me like change what I'm saying on the fly. All right, so All Might mentioned the rematch between Shigaraki. He mentioned the rematch. I think the rematch should be the final, like that's the final fight that those two have. I wouldn't mind, because they mentioned it, if they show up now, if they show up early, there's no chance. I wouldn't mind it if there was sort of I wouldn't mind it if there was this sort of surprise attack and the both of them, kind of like the Sith, where like the rule of two, the both of them show up and they're trying to get him, and now Deku's like the whole thing I was talking about, being elusive, pot shotting, doing all of this, yada 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 yada. And through that surprise attack, Shigaraki's like, I can't work with this guy. Right? I can't work with this guy. It's okay, Dexter. We know you don't like Bakugo like that, but Bakugo's going to be there. Like, he's totally gonna be there. We get that. I know that you're not like, he's not your biggest fan. But I would kind of like it if like Shigaraki, through like a surprise attack working alongside of All For One, looks at All For One like, I can't work with this guy. Like, he's not gonna say that out loud, but I would love if you could just get like a panel of him just looking at All For One like, you're an annoyance. Like, you're an annoyance. I need like, and that you kind of see the gears turning to, I'm about to get rid of this guy. Like, he's like, gears are already turning. Like, them gears are already turning, but to see it like fully go. And then after that, we get the rule of two. The apprentice kills the master. He offs All For One, and now Shigaraki is All For One. And we get our 1v1, our 100% Deku versus 100% Shigaraki. That's the 1v1. I don't want, like, I agree with Dex. I don't want, Bakugo's going to be there in some capacity, but I don't want it to be a tag team against Shigaraki, because that would, I don't want to say it'll take away from it, because I've said that before and I've eaten my words, because every time I've said it'll take away from it, it's presented in a way to me that, for me, I end up accepting it. So I'm not gonna go as far as Bakugo being there would take away from Deku's growth, but I personally just would want it to be a 1v1, because I just want to see my main character 1v1 a character. That's just me. I just want to see that. Now, the choreography between those two would probably be something spectacular. The amount of support Deku probably could provide Bakugo with all the different quirks he has, I want to see that. I want to see I want to see Deku using all of the quirks that he has in conjunction with Bakugo. I want to see that, but I don't know if I want that for the final fight. I would love to see how that works. Because the two of them, whenever they do get going, whenever we see it, they can become a well-oiled machine if they were to work together. So I would love to see what this Deku. I would love to see what this Deku and a Bakugo looks like fighting next to each other. I would love to see that. I don't want to like re-explain what my dream finale for My Hero is, because it's a spoiler for Rurouni Kenshin. Granted, Rurouni Kenshin's 20 to 25 years old. I don't want to re-explain that because it literally spoils the entire finale of Rurouni Kenshin. But NW, was that 2 chapters ago or was that 3 chapters ago I did that? I don't remember. It was in like the last 3 chapters, I want to say, where I spent like a good like maybe 10 minutes explaining it. However I explained it in that stream, that's exactly how I want the series to end. I want it to be like that. That's how I want it to be. 3 chapters ago, yeah. Like that's my ideal ending for it. I think because I just love the ending of that series so much. I just want it to be like that. And it's it's been sort of set up like with Shoto and Dabi. Yes, that's gonna happen. I feel like Uraraka and Toga, that's the matchup. Where you start to get into the funnies is who does Bakugo fight, because Bakugo, if we're looking through the story, that's why I feel like the finale could be Deku and Bakugo versus Shigaraki, because anyone that's in a League of Villains, no one has done anything to Bakugo outside of Shigaraki. Like he doesn't have like a thing that you could point to, like I need a bone to pick with you. Bakugo's bone to pick with is with Shigaraki. So unless Bakugo's gonna bite the dust trying to pick that bone, I feel like it might be a 2v1 that turns into a 1v1. You never know. It's a 2v1 that like Bakugo then gets bodied, turns into a 1v1, and then we get our true fight. But I don't see anyone else in the League of Villains that Bakugo has a bone to pick with. But everyone, like some of the other kids, they do have a bone to pick with some of these characters. I remember my brain blanking out when you started explaining Genshin. I'm sorry. Not that I'm interested in this here. It's just like I have an autoimmune system for spoilers. What about a 2v2? Like Deku and... all right. So if Deku and Bakugo versus All For One and Shigaraki starts off a 2v2. Bakugo gets dusted off, Shigaraki kills All For One, then we get our 1v1. I don't know. But that possibly could work. Compress into compress Bakugo. Yeah. I guess that could work. I guess so. I feel like that's the only person that I could see. Bakugo's getting clapped if he has to fight All For One. Like Bakugo being fighting any one of them, it's just gonna be. It's just the level of just like power. Like Bakugo is a savant. He's a genius. He's a product. Like he's a prodigy. Yeah, I'm the same way. Anything I see with All For One and Shigaraki Shigaraki kills All for One, and then we keep going. That's what always happens. But yeah, like Bakugo is like would a savant be correct, or would a prodigy be the right word? Like I'm gonna lean more towards a prodigy. Like he's a prodigy. Like it just like it, because we've seen like all the kids like train, so like we've seen them train, but like Bakugo it's different. Like it's very different from everyone else. Like Shoto has been genetically blessed with two quirks that perfectly complement each other, so the sky's the limit. Everyone else has like all these drawbacks and all these things that they have to overcome, but Bakugo, it's just like he is strong, he works hard. We know, like it's just like something like we know that kid works hard, and he's cocky because he's cocky, and you could not like it, but he has the balls to back it up. He does. So it's like that is different from like Deku can grab Shigaraki and like I'm assuming like 100% Deku, like he can grab Shigaraki and Shigaraki can move and Shigaraki won't be able to move. Like Bakugo can't do that. Like especially now that Shigaraki's been modified and he's like literally a Nomu. He's a walking Nomu now. Like he's dumb strong. So it's like I don't like whenever we try to put him in those fights, unless we pull a two heroes, I don't know. Like it's I honestly don't know. But I don't think like he's gonna reuse that, because there was like there were quotes released from like either the manager or the editor telling Hori, why are you using this for the movie? And he's like, because I want to, and I'll come up with something else. So Savant applies more to Deku. Okay, so yeah, Bakugo's a prodigy, Deku's a savant. His brain, like, yeah, okay, I agree that his like what he spent the majority, no, matter of fact, what he spent all his life doing excuse me, like what he spent all his life doing was just study. And it wasn't even like studying, it was just like observing and literally writing down, coming up with game plans for stuff that he can't do. Like it's like yeah, that's definitely like his greatest tool. And it was put on full display against Muscular. It took me like a couple of rereads and someone to tell me to actually open my eyes to see it, but it was. Yeah, like 100% shattered his jaw and Deku wasn't injured from the bite, right? So I don't know. At some point I could have predicted the ending of this series, and now I feel like I can't. I feel like I don't know where they're gonna go. I have an idea, kinda, but I don't know where they're gonna go. Savant implies more of an understanding, while Prodigy is more of really talented. Yeah, so will Dabi kill Endeavor? First, I'll say I don't want Endeavor to die, but to make that Shoto and in Dabi fight hit so much more, it would to have Dabi kill him. But I don't know, because Dabi was willing to kill himself to kill Endeavor. So I don't know. I don't know how that goes moving forward. I don't know. What I like, in my brain, because so far, like, Shoto has yet to acknowledge Endeavor as a dad. He hasn't. He's acknowledged Endeavor, and he's acknowledged that Endeavor's trying to be a dad, but he still isn't necessarily ready to accept him as a dad, even though the family has, in a sense, all come together to work to bringing Toya back into the family, or handling Toya in whatever way they come up with. So what would truly hit emotionally is if Shoto finally got to the point of accepting Enji Todoroki as his dad, and Dabi kills him before he can tell him. And then that just sets up Shoto versus Toya to be one of, like, I think, who said it earlier, to be like an Agni Kai. Matter of fact, Star Knight, you said it, to be like an Agni Kai. I think Shoto versus Toya might be one of the most satisfying fights in all of this, in the entire series. Not saying it'll be the most satisfying, but I feel like it might be. It might etch itself as one of the best fights in the series. I'm gonna need Shoto to do some, like, perfect combinations of his power. I'm gonna need something. Like, I don't what could he possibly do? Like, I want to see him cast the blizzard. That, I feel the same way. That's why I'm like, I came up with that Shoto thing as a possibility, but I just feel like Dabi was very clear, like, I'm killing you and I don't want to be here no more. So I feel like once Endeavor is gone, like, there is no purpose for him. But I want to revisit what exactly he was saying to what was he exactly saying to Shoto? I've been talking too much. What exactly was he saying to Shoto when he grabbed him and then started to burn him? Didn't he say, like, he wanted to, like, first he wanted to hurt Endeavor, that didn't work. Then he got Ending to grab up Natsuo, that didn't work. He's like, damn, maybe I'll kill Shoto, that'll hurt him. And then it was just like, he said something changed. I don't know. I have to revisit that chapter to figure out, like, could there possibly be something that, like, if Endeavor isn't here anymore, Shoto being here would give Dabi enough something to want to keep going to kill him too? I don't know. Yeah, it was the effect of killing Shoto would be the biggest blow to Endeavor, but then he became number one and he had to adjust. There we go. He became that's what it was. That's what it was. He became the number one, and that's what he what's his face? That's what changed that whole chain of thought. Look, I still stand by this. Shoto is trash in terms of being a part of the big three. How? The big three is usually the three strongest people in their class. I think Shoto, what do you mean trash? I think I'm just thinking of, like, in terms of the story. No, I'm just thinking of in terms of, like, being called the big three. Like, swap him out for Tokoyami. I like Tokoyami, but I like Shoto more. I think the three characters that I like the most in Class 1A are the big three. I personally do. And then it's Ida, then it's Ochiko, and then it's Tokoyami. And then Kirishima after that. I'm pretty sure that's how my order is. Yeah, I think that's my order for how I like them. that's kind of how I think that's how I rank them. The big three. I completely forgot. Kirishima is a part of the big three. Like, if we're using the term big three in My Hero is the three strongest characters, the three strongest kids in a class. Us in the real world have worded the big three that means so many different things. But the big three are the three strongest kids, the three most able to be a hero, three most capable in the class. That is Bakugo, Deku, and Shoto. That's the big three. Whether or not they currently are that, like Deku is currently not, like if you really wanted to look at it from like the class standpoint of them operating in like the school and their grades and everything, I don't think Deku would be be classified as the big three. Because like his grades are good, but he hasn't, like, anytime something ever, right? He lit like I don't think he'd fall into that. I think like as we keep go, like we know, like us, he has one for all. He's part of the big three. But I'm pretty sure like a teacher probably would look at the students and look at someone else being better than Deku for some reason. But the big three is literally, it's Bakugo, Deku, and Shoto. Shoto has the quirks of Endeavor and his mother, perfect mix. Bakugo is a prodigy. His quirk is bananas. And Deku literally has one for all. That's the big three. Right? That's the big three. Because he's finna get washed in joint training this season. He couldn't even do anything against Dabi. And Deku, who was heavily injured, had to step in. I'm pretty sure if whatever happened, I don't exactly remember what happened in Shoto's battle in the joint training arc, but he almost killed Tetsu. Literally, he almost murdered him. So for that alone, I let that go. I don't know what you expected him to do against his older brother that he thought was dead. What else did you expect him to do against his older brother that he thought was dead? And has stronger flames than him. Like, Dabi is stronger than Shoto. Endeavor confirmed that one. And no, Deku tried to step in. He didn't step in at that point. He didn't step in. Am I remembering that wrong? Deku did he? No, I think he did. No, it was Best Genius. That wasn't Deku. That was Best Genius that did that, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Best Genius that dropped in because I'm right? Best Genius is the one that grabbed up Dabi, not Deku. And through Best Genius, Mirio came, and then through Mirio came Deku, then worked his way up. Yeah, I think that was Best Genius that grabbed Dabi because Dabi then looked back and was like, no. Like, Dabi is a problem. We gotta remember that one. Dabi is a problem. Dabi has stronger flames than Endeavor. Dabi has stronger flames than Endeavor, and Dabi doesn't have a moral compass, so Dabi would do anything. I don't think there's any of the... If we're being honest right now, logically speaking, if we're taking just away like raw power versus raw power, can any one of the kids beat Dabi? I think at this point in time, Deku might be able to do it. But can any one of the kids beat Dabi? Like legit. Like could they beat Dabi? I don't think so. At their current maturity level and their current skill level, I think honestly speaking, I think Deku and Bakugo might be the only ones that could pull it off. It's gonna be harder for Shoto because that's an emotional connection that he doesn't have, but it's connected to his family, so he kind of has that connection. I don't know. Like in a battle of attrition, Shoto's gonna win that because Dabi is gonna burn out before Shoto does. But Dabi's gonna go. He's gonna do things Shoto would never do. There's no way that any one of the kids would be able to beat Dabi. Dabi beats himself, right? Dabi beats himself. He talks himself out of wins. That's what he does the most. I'm not gonna hold Shoto to the whole Dabi thing, especially with the fact of that was him revealing himself. I'm not gonna hold that. I'm not using that Dabi argument as a knock against Shoto. Like that was him revealing himself to them was a huge deal. No matter if you as a fan guessed it 3 years ago, it was a huge deal to the characters in the story. The big three is Shoto, Bakugo, and Deku. I want to use the first name: Shoto, Katsuki, and Izuku. That's the big three. That's the big three. You don't gotta like them, but they are in the big three. You don't gotta like them, but they are in the big three. Yeah, Dabi's a problem. Like, you know what panel is actually like very relevant? Hold on. Shigaraki. This right here. Damn you, go back. Are you kidding me? Leave me. I hate Pinterest. This. Hold on. Like this right here, it's a big deal. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Dexter. Like if a teacher was to look at the class and be like, who are the three best students, student heroes? I don't think Deku would be in the big three. Someone else would be in there. But Shoto and Bakugo would be. Like this right here, this is a big deal. Compress, Shigaraki, and Dabi. I think these three are the ones that we need that are going to be a hell of a problem for us. Like if we're not talking about All for One, these three. If we're truly looking at it, I don't think any of the students could just run up on any of these three and win. Like I don't think a single student by themselves could run up on Dabi, Shigaraki, or Compress and win. I don't think it's possible. I think Hori knew exactly what he was doing when he drew this panel, knowing what Compress's backstory being related to Oji Harima was, and Dabi being Toya Todoroki and Shigaraki being All for One. He knew exactly what he was doing. This is a big deal. Like they're not chumps whatsoever. So I don't think any one of the students getting soloed by Dabi or soloed by Compress or soloed by Shigaraki even before. That's why, matter of fact, now that I think about it, this is our three. Shoto's fighting Dabi, Deku's fighting Shigaraki, Bakugo's gonna fight Mr. Compress. That's our three. These are gonna be our three fights. You don't put Compress as Oji Harima and then give us a panel of him still being alive and him not come back and be an issue. There's no way. That's our three. Those who are big, that's who they're fighting. That's who they're fighting. So Compress is gonna have to do something with Bakugo along in the story for Bakugo feel even compelled to fight this guy. There's gonna be. Totally gonna be. Totally gonna be. That panel's great. Yeah, he frames those as the special allies of the class. Aside from the big three, Tokiyama and Ida have the best chance. Everyone else, no, I agree. Ida Stain rematch, I'm calling it now. That needs to happen. Excuse me. Like, my problem with him is that take away his quirk and what does he have? He's terrible at hand-to-hand combat, and he's not on the spot strategist. If you take away anyone's quirk, what do they have? For being honest, if we take away Bakugo's quirk, he's someone like, what is he? like what is he? We can frame that with anyone else, and the only person I think that stands out is Deku because he's the only person that didn't have a quirk, so he had to actually have a personality. Your quirk is your personality. It's hard to ask that question with these characters when it's been explained in story that your quirk gives you your personality. It's hard to say what these characters would be without it. Deku, we can, because he didn't have a quirk. Therefore, he had to make his own personality. His personality wasn't DNA. Like, you're in this world, your personality is basically your genetic code, because your quirk is a part of your genetics. Deku didn't have that. He didn't have that. So it's hard to say like what Bakugo would be without a quirk, because Bakugo wouldn't be someone that was fiery anymore. He wouldn't be explosive. He wouldn't have that bombastic personality because he wouldn't have a bombastic quirk to pair with it. It's so hard. The reason why Shoto is the way he is because he has his mother's quirk, which is ice and calm, and his father's quirk, which is fiery and rage, and you mix them together and you get middle of the road. That's what you get with Shoto. He's middle of the road because he has two quirks that are literally the exact opposite of each other. That's the whole thing. I wonder if Uraraka's gonna fight the new female villain. I want to know who the new female villain is. It'd be cool to have her fight her though. That Toga Uraraka showdown's gonna happen. I feel like that's gonna be a great fight too. You need to hop on Anarchy streams when you disrespecting the mess out of Shoto. Leave Shoto alone. That boy's been through enough. He's been through enough. I need that Damn, Dexter, you brought that up. I need that Ida Stain rematch. I need Ida to kick Stain in the face. For real, for real. I want a Deku and Stain encounter. I want to see what that encounter is between Deku and Stain. I would love to see them talk. I would love to see them talk. Yeah. I need that. I need that. I need that. Unrelated. Are all the new shows they're watching on stream on the Discord? No, they're not. But I think I'm gonna add 86 and Tokyo Revengers to the Discord. They're not. I have any new show that we started, I haven't added to the Discord. I feel like if episode 4 of Joron's crazy, it might prompt me to make a Discord since it's an anime original and we can actually freely talk about it. But I think 86 and Tokyo Revengers, we'd have to go through the whole like spoiler channel, regular channel, because it has like a manga and light novel for each. But your boy's ready to do like a full for 86. I'm ready to do like a full, like on my day off stream where I'm dissecting the first 2 episodes. I'm ready. I truly want to do that. I mentioned it during the 86 stream. If episode 3 pulls me in like the episode 1 and 2 did, I'm gonna come back to that Monday and I'm gonna risk all the spoilers so I could just dissect frame by frame those 3 episodes, because I'm like in love with that show. I'm like in love with 86 for real. I didn't think I would be, but I am. That I really like that. Tokyo Revengers has like the whole, I was sad to see that Nagatoro didn't get picked. What ended up winning? I didn't check. I know that Osamake was winning up until Osamake was winning last time I looked at it. But it was close. Like the voting was really close. Hold on. I'm trying to pull it up now. Community. Ooh, it's really close. Osamake and Nagatoro, 32% to 28%. That's close. So yeah, that what day does Osamake come out? Please don't let it be on a day where I'm doing like 3 or 4 shows. Please. I haven't heard anything about what's his face about Nagatoro though. It's just all the romance shows that all the romance shows this season, they all have like weird like plots to them. Like adults and high schoolers, like I don't get down like that. What was I just looking for? I forgot that fast. Osamake. I was like, what am I looking for? I was like, I forgot. Is it this? Is this Osamake? Yes, it is. Episode 2 airs in 2 days. So Tuesday? Is it a Monday show or a Tuesday show? Or is it a Wednesday show? I don't freaking know. I'm getting out of here, you guys. I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. As always, I'm loving my hero. Even if my hero had a bad chapter, it'll be hard to say I didn't like it. I would be honest if I didn't like a chapter. I genuinely, like, when I think I'm not gonna like something, how it's presented to me, I genuinely change my mind, like legit. But this was a good chapter, so I'm probably gonna pick up Nagatoro. No, the high schooler in me. Never mind. I'm not saying that out loud. No, I'm not saying that out. So yeah. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hopefully you have a good rest of the day. And if I don't see you for anything that we're doing on the channel in the next week, see you next Sunday for I've been saying some crazy things on stream lately. Stop myself. like yesterday during the Tokyo Revengers stream, I was like talking about like something about like killing a person, right? And I was like, I remember like earlier in the stream, I was like, if someone did that to me, I was like, I'll kill him, right? But then like as like the episode was ending, I was like, I've done worse for less. And I was like, wait, that's terrible. Like, no, I have not done worse for less because I have not eliminated someone from this plane of existence. I have not done that. I had to catch myself. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. It's in the Tokyo Revengers it's in the Tokyo Revengers stream towards like the end of the episode. I said it. I was like, whoa, that's kind of nuts. So yeah, no, I have not done worse for less. Someone clip him now. I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you next Sunday for some more of My Hero. Peace out.